All right, today on the Real Property Show, we're going to be showing you how we set up the forms for the footings on this home you can see standing behind me. We're going to show you how we poured those footings. It's on a stem wall foundation. It used to be an old basement here. We filled it in, compacted the fill, and now we're setting footings, and that's what we're going to show you today. So let's get started. All right, so what you're looking at here is the guys are actually setting up the forms for the footings for the new foundation. And what you're seeing is you're seeing what used to be the basement. So we've made this a little bit larger, the area. So we've actually filled this back up, and we've filled it up with material. It's called GSB, which is a sand and rock mix. And then you're also seeing in here, you're seeing a mix of, it's actually a 3/4 inch road mix that we capped it with. This helps it tighten it up and makes a nice solid surface, and it locks in real good. And the guys are setting up a form board that's going to be for a 12-inch thick footing that you can see there. And this is the outside of the footing that's there now. And then the string lines that you're seeing here, those are actually marking the building line. So this footing is actually, it's 2 feet wide, and that string line is 8 inches inside of that form. Because then the form's going to be, we'll have an 8-inch thick wall, 8 inches outside for the footing, 8 inches inside. So, and then the stem wall, it's going to get about a 4-foot tall stem wall that'll sit on top of that footing. So it's a 2-pour system, and you have your dowels that'll come out of the footing and come up into for your verticals that'll go up into the wall, and then we'll run horizontal bars. So what we did, and actually to backfill this basement, you'll see it in some previous videos, but we actually came in here, we built a ramp that you can see it's coming up here on the left, and that ramp is how we got all this material down in there. We put about 250 tons of material down in this hole. So it was a significant amount of material. So they're going to go ahead and set up this interior form after they finish this. All right, so the guys are bringing in some forms so you can see them, bringing in the ones that they're going to tie into the existing forms. You can also see a shelf up above there. It's a little higher elevation, and it's got about 4, 5, 6 inches of the 3/4 inch road mix on it. That's where we have piers that are coming out past the back wall of the building for the porch. So those don't need to be as deep. We dug down to good hard dirt. That wasn't in the original basement footprint, so we're able to get down to good hard dirt and cap that with the road mix, and then we're going to set up other piers out there. They'll put a box out there for those footings, and then that'll allow us to do that. Now in the front, we couldn't do that. We had the piers were down in at the same level of the basement. You can't see it from this angle, but we'll probably get another one here in a bit. But they'll go ahead and set these forms up, and then here in just a second, you're going to see how they actually look when they're done. They'll have 2 rows of forms, and then you're going to have cleats across the top to hold them together. And then you'll see the dowels coming out, the rebar dowels or uprights that are coming up that'll tie into this for the stem wall. All right, so what you're looking at right here is we are pouring the footings for the foundation now. So we got the trucks coming in, they're tailgating this. They have a front loading truck, and it is dumping out the concrete right now for the piers for the porches. So you can see that we built these columns here. These are dowels that are coming up out of the footing, and they have it's a tie that's on there that's actually made out of number 3 rebar, or it could be number 4, but those are wrapped around the actual dowels that are coming up out of there, and that provides strength, so those things can have compressive strength come down on them. So you'll see them filling this up. They've set a form that runs the full length there of all of the entire porch, and then they just box out the centers where the pad footings are going to go. So we're going to set some sonotubes. There are 16-inch sonotubes that'll go around these columns you can see there, and those are going to go up to grade. So we'll shoot with the laser and get the height of our concrete, and then we'll make sure that we can set our post bases, which are actually going to be CBS Q66s that will sit in the top of this. We'll show you in some videos after this as this goes on. So the guys are filling this up, kind of working their way around the building. You can see that this is actually the front of the house, and the back of the house, the porch piers are actually raised up a little at a higher elevation. The finished product will be very close to the same in the front of the house, but this was on the original hole, or in the original footprint of the basement. So we're all at one level here, and this has about 250 tons of material that has gone in here to backfill this and fill up this hole and compact it. And we had a soils engineer come out and actually do compaction testing on this anytime you have over a foot of fill, you have to have compaction testing in order to get a foundation inspection signed off. So you can see here he's actually wetting inside the footing here just to give it a little bit more moisture. It'll help the concrete to go off a little bit slower. So, and you can see here now they're actually pouring the interior footings, and they tie a piece of rebar here in the middle of the footing, and then they tie off all these vertical dowels so they can, or all that are coming up out of the footing. Those are the verticals that'll be inside the stem wall, so it gives them something to center that and tie off to. They're going to make their way around the building. All right, thanks for joining us for the Real Property Show today. I hope you learned something about how these footings go in on these stem wall foundations. This home's actually in Middleton, Idaho, but it's different around the country how all these are done. So you'll see different systems everywhere, but the ultimate thing is you got to have a strong foundation for a house, and super important step. So we're going to show you some really cool videos coming up, and this is one of them here. You can see this actually is this is your pier sonotube was set on top of those columns you saw today. We're going to show you how you get from where we were at today to here, how this post base gets set. And we're also going to show you a waterproofing system put on here that's really cool. It's an upgraded system that is really should be standard practice, and we're going to show you how that went on in these next videos that we shoot. So if you're needing help or need information about building a custom home or an ADU, make sure you go to our website at freemansconstruction.com and reach out to us if you need anything at all. If you need help with anything real estate related, if you're looking to buy a home or sell a home, buy or sell land, make sure you visit our website at freemansrealty.com. We'd love to hear from you. If you got any questions at all, feel free to reach out to us. Thanks again for watching.